Hi, my name is Richard Hutton and welcome to the Exponential Fund, the place where you learn to invest and absolutely crush average market returns. Today is again some philosophy time. I want to talk about the role of humility in investing. Now, what does that mean specifically? Pretty much the opposite of pride. So, in terms of natural selection, it is not the strongest or the smartest that survive in the long term, but the most adaptable. So, I don't know how much I talked about this in the past, but for many years I was studying trading and investing, and without success. What really got me over the line to be able to make money consistently is when I actually did a bunch of spiritual evolution on myself. Now, what does that mean specifically? Well, essentially, I let go of a lot of mental obstacles. More specifically, biases. Regardless of how fucking smart you think you are, it is quite likely that you have some biases, which lead to sometimes poor decisions. For example, with this humility thing, confirmation bias, which essentially says when you have a belief, you filter out all of the evidence that disprove your belief, and you focus on the evidence that supports your belief, right? So you're just laser focused on supporting your own conviction, making it a feedback loop. Now, let me ask you something. Was there ever a time in the past when you believed something and later on discovered that that's stupid and you changed your mind? Has that ever happened to you? Well, I suppose yes, with pretty much everybody. Is it possible, then, that some of your current beliefs, you will look back in the future and think, that's stupid, and change your mind? I hope so. Well, if you really accept that some of your beliefs are false, but right now you don't know which one, motherfucker, now you should look with suspicion at them. And actually, what if you did the opposite of confirmation bias? What if you were to intentionally look at the opposing evidence to challenge your belief? And look, if your belief is true and you search some disproving arguments, you may realize that the disproving arguments are fucking stupid, and you would actually reinforce in a healthy way your current beliefs, right? The thing is, one other bias is pride. These are my beliefs. Some people hold some beliefs so tightly they would rather let their body die than change those beliefs. Yikes. So, how does this tie to investing? Well, when I make an investment, it is a calculated risk. So for example, with Tesla, I'll keep using the example because it's my favorite stock, my biggest position. Obviously, nothing I say is investment advice. But I have done a bunch of research on Tesla, on the size of their market, on their current pace of evolution, and on the competition. And from all of this data, it is quite clear to me that Tesla is very likely to keep increasing their sales and profits very fast for multiple years in the future. Okay? That is the current working hypothesis. Now, I am not convinced of this. Every day, I look at the news to see if something changed. If something does change, I will change my mind. Particularly with Tesla, because it's such an innovative company, a disruptor, it was quite controversial for a long time. When I started investing in Tesla in 2019, it was the most shorted large cap ever. 25% of the available shares were short. A lot of famous billionaire investors would go on TV and shit on the company. Competition is coming. It has yet to come, but whatever. They have production defects. Whatever fucking bullshit arguments. Tesla can never make money. That's a good one. And these people were so convinced that they got absolutely wrecked in 2020. Tesla short sellers have lost more money shorting a stock in a single year than any other stock in any other year ever. I can't even remember. I think it was like they lost tens of billions, some fucking ridiculous amount. Okay? And that was a perfect example of what I'm saying. People who are smart, like, I'm convinced their IQ is high. That's not the problem. They were too rigid in their beliefs, and they had confirmation bias. They kept just focusing on the arguments which would support their beliefs. Like, it is true that other car manufacturers were about to launch electric vehicles. That is true. But those cars sucked. Sucked shit. Okay? Poor performance, more expensive. So, yes, Tesla had some production defects like panel gaps, but rarely, and those could have been easily fixed. Right? What was important is, for example, the efficiency of the drivetrain, which was absolutely leading. Right? Tesla introduced in 2012 the Model S with about 260 miles of range. It took, 9 years for any other car manufacturer to launch a vehicle with that much range. 9 years! That's fucking crazy. Okay. So, believe it or not, if you want to achieve spiritual enlightenment, inner peace, nirvana, wanting to pursue investing excellence, it's a great way to do that, because to become a great investor, you have to let go of a lot of those mental blocks, including pride. Right? So, essentially, that's the point. Look at your beliefs only as your best current idea. And think of which belief that you have now you would not be willing to change. Like fucking profound beliefs about existence, about religion. Okay. What if you were to challenge that? I'm not saying change your beliefs. I'm saying, with humility, look at all the evidence And if your beliefs are legitimately true, you will see that the opposing arguments are actually stupid, and you will have even more conviction, which is great, right? But have this open mind, right? Think like an investor. When you put on a trade, you don't bet everything. You put a reasonable amount of risk on, and you constantly look for opposing evidence to see if the situation changed. All right? If you do that, you will make a lot of money. Till next time.